Have fun, make new friends, represent your country. Barbados Adventure Race hosts the World Obstacle Caribbean Championships over 3K, singles, 22 obstacles, 10K team challenge, 30 obstacles. It all happens December 3rd, 2022. Take part in a challenging, fun obstacle course set in the spectacular beauty of Barbados. Never done an obstacle race before? Well, try our open wave event. Click the link below for more information and registration. We can't wait to see you in Barbados. Welcome to another episode of the Barcast podcast. I am Salt, and today I'm delighted to be joined by Adande, Browne, and Danny G, recently back from the OCR World Championships 2022 in Vermont. And you know I want to jump right into it, guys. Tell me all about it from the time you landed at the airport.
Cold.
Cold.
Cold. From Thailand. It was cold. It was cold.
What sort of temperatures are we talking? Like 5:30
4
in the morning in
degrees.
Barbados?
4 degrees.
I can't picture it.
4 degrees with high winds.
And raining.
And rain, yeah.
So y'all had the dress for the occasion?
No, because the prediction for the weather was supposed to be a little bit warmer.
Yeah.
What were they predicting?
They were predicting like 15, 17, and high up to like 21, 22, something like that.
Yeah.
You ever experienced 15 and 17 degrees though?
Yes,
Yes.
before, yes.
And you
Yeah.
figured that you could.
Handle it, yeah. Never raced in it or never like worked out in it, but
Yeah.
figured since it's something you felt before, you could deal with it. But
Yeah, yeah.
never
I-
4 degrees.
Yeah, I trained in like 15, 16 degree weather before, but it was kind of hard still.
Right, so when you train in 15-degree weather, how does the body respond then? You actually warm up?
Well, you see, the thing about warming up, you don't feel warm,
Warm.
per se.
You don't feel warm.
You don't feel warm per se, but it is that you don't exactly feel cold anymore,
Yeah.
right? You don't feel cold anymore, but you don't get like heated.
So
you
was
don't
it possible
feel
to
heated.
not feel cold anymore at any point in time in Vermont?
Definitely not that first day. We were running with our hands. We were never really running, I would say. We
Right.
were always running with trying to keep our hands warm, like our hands underneath our armpits.
Well,
Gloves?
I
Long
put my
gloves?
hands in my pants,
He
so I
put-
don't know. I don't know about you. I put my hands in my pants.
So y'all wore gloves?
I wore gloves, but at one point, when we started the race, we couldn't feel our fingers. So I had
Yeah.
to take off my gloves
Yeah.
so that I could have actual contact with the obstacles so that I
Fingers
could
were
feel
numb.
them. Yeah, they were completely numb.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is true. They were numb. They were numb.
So you had to employ this tactic of running with your arms under your armpit.
Yeah.
How did it impact your performance then? How did that
Well, I could have run fast. I could have run fast.
All right, let me start saying, so you're lying at the airport. How many days are y'all there from is it Friday y'all got to Vermont?
We got there the Wednesday,
The Wednesday.
Yeah.
Y'all actually got to the OCR site with the
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
there's
first two races which day?
Friday.
Friday morning.
One day to acclimatize already.
Yeah.
Yes,
one
yes,
day.
yes.
But even that day, I would say even the Thursday was cold. We were like, oh my God, it's really cold. But it wasn't as cold as Friday.
No, Friday was colder.
Oh
Friday
my!
was colder.
When we felt Friday, I was like,
So the Thursday y'all went out for a run or anything like
yes.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we wanted to see the course. So we were saying, I remember I did a post talking about how cold it was.
that? Yeah.
But the Friday was like, yesterday was not cold at all. Like yesterday felt like, the day before felt like there was no way I could have compared the two.
Yeah.
It was, and then we later found out that was their first day of snow. So we're doing a quick run through. Which course are we doing? 3K. Yeah, quick run through of the 3K course. And it's cold.
Start uphill.
And this message, it does start uphill, it's pretty steep. But this message is for my Tuesday training crowd. We complain every Tuesday about how hot it is. It's hot, the sun's hot. Oh, here it's freezing, guys. I want the sun to come out.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the first snow of Vermont. And it was kind of freaky that it was, because it wasn't even fall yet.
No.
So it was just, it was a freak. It was a freak cold because when they started the race, I remember the guy was like, oh, he's talking about 5,000 athletes, people from all over the world. It happens to be a record cold, the coldest start to our OCR championship. So we're just there like, what the hell?
Yeah, we had to be there for the coldest start for the OCR.
Were the Barbadians from the most tropical climate? They already people from the hottest place there.
Well, there was one guy from Jamaica, right?
Yeah, one. But I mean, we're closer to the equator, so
Yeah.
you know.
Guys, it's really cold. It's colder than it was yesterday. Where's Ines? We're gonna try and get
Yeah, we're gonna see if we get
Adande when he passes back. Oh,
Oh boy. Yeah. Put your hands back in your pocket.
yeah. Yeah, we
So
were.
you are the most
Really
farthest away from your comfort zone. Really.
From the warmest island.
5,000 athletes. How do they even like process 5,000 athletes? How does it go? How does the race go?
So the Thursday there's an entire day for just registering.
Right, I figured
Yeah.
the logistics got to be crazy.
Yeah, there's a room where you go in and you register for your respective races and you get your packs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then pretty much you just meet people. You just get to talk to people and people from all over the world. But I know that if you were there,
Yeah.
you would have loved it because I know that you love OCR just as much as I do, and to be in a place where everybody feels the same way about
Obstacle course
racing.
Yeah.
It's just that was like I was on such
So
a
the
high.
conversations there were.
They are extremely friendly.
Yes.
People
Right.
are extremely friendly and welcoming.
Yeah.
Even in the races.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the racing now. Yeah. So how people can be friendly in the race at Adande?
I mean,
we talking elites. Right?
Okay, we talking
Yeah.
elites and we talking a start line. And you're at a start line and the guy's like, hey, come in front of me, man. People usually push to get in front, right, to get a good start.
Yeah.
These people are inviting you to come in front
Yeah.
of them. You know, that's how friendly these people are.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And you were telling me that you get some help on obstacles and all.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I didn't even get the girl's name, but I was on the obstacle and we were all cold. I mean, they felt bad for us because we're from Barbados.
Of course, yeah.
But everybody was cold. So at one point, she saw that I was struggling on an obstacle. This girl she had to be from like Canada or something, I don't know. She came up to me and she said, girl, you gotta pull up your pants so that you can get some skin on the obstacle. So I was like, I said, okay, thanks. So I'm there. She could see me like struggling, trying,
you can't get
but
no-
I couldn't feel my fingers.
Right.
So I was struggling. She's like, oh, your hands are cold. Let me do it. She just came and just pulled up my pants for me.
This is in the middle of a race.
This is in the middle of the race.
And then she's trying to beat you?
She trying to do it too, yeah. So she pulled up my pants. I got through the obstacle and left her there. She's like, keep going, girl, keep going. And it was like the entire race was that vibe.
Right.
Like everybody just wanted everybody to do really good. It was so awesome.
Yeah, any experiences like that on the course? Other than my man, I'd say, you ain't front me, Barbados.
No, there was a guy, remember his name? Jake Childs from England.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was on the 15K when we had a vertical climb that took me at least 30 minutes of constant climbing vertically.
Right.
30 minutes.
Vertically,
And I was struggling. I had problems breathing.
Yeah.
My chest was on fire and that guy stood there and he could have gone ahead.
Yeah.
He stood there with me, he talked to me,
So you had
helped me through.
paused? This is what, yeah,
I slowed completely down.
Right.
Completely down. He realized my difficulties and he just stayed there with me. He said, yes, it's cold. You know, he kept talking and it's creating kind of some conversation.
You were able to reply to anything he said?
Yeah.
okay.
I was able to talk to him. But it was really good that he stayed there and helped me push through. And I mean, these guys are competing
Yeah,
and
exactly.
still looking to help someone else.
He reached out to you on Facebook.
Yeah,
Well, he
I
reached out
heard-
to anybody. He said, hey, does anybody know the guy that had on the Barbados Adventure Race jersey? I'm trying to get in contact with him. We helped each other a lot throughout this race.
Or he
and
thinks that you helped him?
well,
Maybe I did. Maybe
yeah,
I
he
did a bit.
thought
Maybe I
that.
did a bit. but
and
he
Ines
was good, yeah.
gave him his contact and stuff.
Oh, nice. No,
Yeah,
so you made a
it's really
friend
nice.
then.
Yeah, man, they're making friends, man.
So, you said this was in your 15K race.
Yeah.
So how many races y'all guys did?
We did 3 races.
Well, they did 3. I did 2. I was supposed to do 3, but I had a...
Yeah, I
You
did.
didn't talk about that.
I did 3 races. It began with the 3K on the first day, the 15K on the second day, and the team event on the
Third day.
third day. On the third day. And the distances were all just a little bit
More
more
than-
they would said it would have been.
Really?
Yeah.
So
What?
what the 3K felt
The
like
3K was actually
Not
recorded
felt
to be
like
a 4.
what it actually was.
Wait, was
The
Yeah.
15K was something like a 16 point something or
Mm-hmm.
maybe 17.
Easily 10
And then the
miles.
team K was supposed to be 6 kilometers, was it? Supposed
Yeah,
to
it
be
worked
6
out
and
to
it
be
turned
like almost 8.
8, yeah, almost 8 kilometers.
So something wrong with the
So
measuring.
I don't know what happened, but something the
Something was
measurements were a little off there, but definitely see the 15. I did better in the 15K than I did in the 3K.
But the 15K, you want to say you slowed right down.
I slowed right down.
And
in
when you
the
say better, you
15K.
mean in terms of results or how you felt about your performance?
Performance, right?
Performance.
Yeah, tell me now.
Performance, and I think it had to do with my breathing and how I actually was going through the course.
Right.
Because on the 3K, I attacked it as if I was here in Barbados.
Right.
That did not work.
Right.
The rate as I was breathing was too harsh and too hard for my lungs and my chest, and I just couldn't.
You realize that mid-race though?
Yes, I realized that, and because I couldn't feel my hands,
Yeah.
I was over gripping stuff, so I blew my grip out early. Early, and there were a lot of gripping obstacles.
Yeah.
A
How
lot
many
of gripping
obstacles
obstacles.
were in the 3K race?
The 3K was 15 to 20?
20 obstacles,
20
but they didn't
obstacles.
count the walls or anything like that.
Right,
So it was
20
obstacle
obstacles.
dense.
Yeah, it was very
Yeah.
obstacle dense.
Anything that you had seen for the first time?
Most everything.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of things.
So you just have to figure it out on the spot.
Yeah, you see it. Luckily, I mean, your guys ahead of you. See ahead, you see someone do it, you see someone fail. You say, "Oh, I'm not doing that."
right.
So you get through. But
Oh, you when you were see like a new obstacle that you never
Because you see, because you could fail an obstacle and do it again, I didn't overthink it.
Right.
Yeah, I kind of just like went through it, fall off, okay, do it again, kind of thing.
Right.
But a lot of it, I mean, the basic principles are what we do here. Like on a rig, they would have like some form of ring, some form of like traverse bar, some form of monkey bar. But it was just configured in
Right,
all
right.
different types
Different
of ways.
types of
Like how
challenges.
George does stuff how he changes up stuff. The rigs
Okay.
were like
yeah,
kind of like
the
that,
anchors
yeah.
and flats. There were some anchors and flats.
There were some of them,
Yeah,
but there were some
a few-
other stuff too.
In between, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Sounds like they're trying to make you feel.
So definitely doing bar here prepared you for the obstacles there. Definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because in terms of the apparatuses, they didn't vary much.
Right.
Just how they were configured,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
So, talk to me about the configuration of the course, because sometimes they're watching obstacle course racing on YouTube and there's like a long stretch of running and then a patch of obstacles. Is this how it was for the OCR World Championships?
For the 3K, there was, I would say, about maybe like a kilometer of running. Yeah, so there was still a long
There's
side
still
of
a long-
running.
a long
There was
side
still a
of
long
running.
side of running.
Yeah.
But because it was on the mountain, it was uphill. It
So
was uphill.
It's
So
not that the runners could just
no,
run.
you can't just take off. It was uphill, and then it was uphill with walls
Yeah.
to
And
start.
walls going.
To start, yeah, to uphill with walls to start, and then it got a little obstacle dense as you come back through the down the mountain.
How steep is this hill?
Okay, for the 3K, the climbs varied.
Yeah.
For the 3K, the vertical climb was. I
Put it
think-
in relation to something in Barbados.
Okay, well, the vertical climb for the 3K was, let's say, like, if you were to put Paul House twice.
In terms of length?
Yeah, if
and
you were to put Paul
steepness?
House twice.
No,
yeah.
it was steeper.
Steeper.
But
So you
steeper.
put
Yeah.
Paul House here, and then you put another Paul House on top of that.
Right.
Yeah, that was the distance all the way up for the 3K.
And no plateau or
No plateau, no plateau.
Constant,
Just constant
up.
uphill.
No.
Yeah, your
no,
ankles
no.
are always flexed like this.
Yeah.
Strategy was your strategy when you see this mountain? Because they're calling it a mountain from now on.
It was definitely a mountain.
Yeah.
I didn't really have a strategy. It was like just don't stop. Just keep going, don't stop. But early on, I realized that I was doing uphill wrong. When I was here, I was doing like basically a press every time.
Yeah.
So I kept that in mind because George was telling me about how you have to keep your ankles stiff and blah, blah, blah. So
Right.
I was
Yeah.
keeping that in mind, but
Yeah.
that was really my only strategy.
Did that help distract you from the cold and the steepness?
No, I tried not to have that at the forefront, but I was so incredibly cold. I was just uncomfortable throughout the entire
Are
thing.
you don't like to run in clothes?
And I don't like to run in clothes. All right, let everybody know that about me. I don't like clothes.
Exactly.
I had on so much clothes. But when I had to take off my gloves, I was like, it was a struggle. Like, I said, do I take them off? I had to, because that was the only way I knew I was touching anything.
Yeah.
That was the only way I knew I was touching anything.
All right, so y'all do the 3K now. I still try the conceptualize 5,000 athletes and break it into different segments, different races.
Yeah. They break it down. Like, and your race had maybe 1,000 people.
Yeah. I think my race was very dense.
Very dense. Yeah.
Very dense. My race was very dense.
But they send you off in like bouts of 10.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So to do a stagger start, similar to how we would do a stagger
So it's
start,
all
or we
time
would do.
based.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So the all-time base, you ran a chip. So from the start to finish, your time is registered.
Oh, okay. You see, like any athletes out there, they use like, oh my God, I can't believe this person is so fit.
Well, the Lindsay Websters and the Ryan Atkins and
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
and them,
Yeah,
yeah.
were there?
BJJ, of
So
course.
meanwhile, we are standing in hoodies and long pants and thermals and shoes.
Yeah.
This guy is in a short
A
shorts,
body rider.
a running
this?
shorts.
Ryan
with the-
Atkins.
with the,
Ryan
with the
Atkins.
high splits.
Yeah.
And he's outside on one of these tables with his feet up,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
shirt on, no shirt on, foot up,
So
just like
everybody
that.
already intimidated then because
I mean, he just is accustomed to the cold.
Yeah, he's
that's-
definitely used to it.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize that
Definitely
Ryan
used to
Atkins
it.
and Lindsay were there as well. You hear me talking about one of them.
Hello, I got Lindsay to shout out Ron because he's obsessed with her. So
Yeah.
I got her to shout him out, and he was like, I'm his best friend now because of it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Barbados Adventure Race?
Yes.
Was it? Yeah, I think I actually looked at that before. I checked it out online. I looked at doing the course.
Oh my gosh, listen.
Ryan and I would love to do that. As a holiday one day.
A holiday in the Christmas time when it's cold everywhere else and warm and sunny, that's when you gotta come.
I know, I would love to do that actually. Like the dead of Canadian winter when we're freezing and yeah.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Lindsay. But they were all there, like, and they're everybody's so friendly
So
and
easy to approach, and even though they're the superstars of the community.
basically,
really.
but they really are the superstars of the sport. Like you should hear people talk about them or people look at them, like they're the superstars for
I
sure.
would love to watch them compete, not compete against them, just watch them compete.
Yeah.
I would have been starstruck there, man.
Yeah,
Very
definitely.
good, very good.
They are incredible athletes. I mean, just thinking about all the, no pun, but like all the obstacles, because it's not just about the actual obstacles. It's
Yeah.
about how cold it is. It's the wind. It's the other people that are on the course. It's like there's so much going on, and they're
Yeah.
just like literally powering through these courses. Like, I don't
It's
know.
so incredible too. If you really study like OCR, like, you can play basketball all you want in Barbados. You would never go up on a court with LeBron James.
All right,
That's
then.
not-
It's true.
Sorry to say like that.
But no. What I would say is though, if the Lindsay and the Ryan comes here,
Yeah.
make them train at 12 p.m. George.
Yes,
12
it's
p.m.,
true.
12 noon, high noon.
noon, yeah.
Give us a hot sun. Let's see how they perform
You feel like
in
right.
some heat. Yeah.
I would love to see that as well.
But that's the thing, it's different spectrums. One end is hot and one end is cold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they're used to performing well in the cold, but let's see how they do in the hot.
You got to try
you
to
know?
get them here for sure. Though. Well, y'all
Yeah.
did a great job of being ambassadors up there. Like, all they hear about is Barbados when they check.
Yeah, and they were very supportive. They were very
And I think they
supportive.
were just as excited to see us there
Yeah.
as we were to be there.
Yeah.
Like everybody was like, "You're from where?" Like they couldn't believe that we came all the way there from Barbados. Go ahead.
I've been trying to talk to you guys. We've been trying to go over there. You guys
bar
been
race.
Yeah.
Yes.
You bar race, I know.
Yeah.
You've been talking with me on Instagram.
You have to come.
We're trying.
Okay, so what's the problem?
The flight.
Okay, yeah, I know.
It's like $1,200 just to go over there. From Puerto Rico. It's like $1,200 just to go over there.
We gotta make it happen.
That's why we haven't been there.
You guys gotta come.
We will.
Okay.
Probably next year.
Is this your race now?
Yeah.
Good luck. All right.
And it was not only y'all guys, it was not only the elites that went up there. You know,
Oh, yeah, true.
Oh yes, yeah, we had some support. So I have some family that went up too.
yeah.
Farah and Debbie.
Yes,
So
we did.
they came up too. They came up to support us. But what happened is that OCR also had a charity event.
Oh, okay.
They had a charity event that they put on, and so it's similar to the open wave.
Oh, okay.
It's
So
similar to
everybody
the
could-
open wave at bar.
Yeah.
So you can come in, you could enter. So there's it's
No
not
pressure.
that it's not no pressure, not that competitive, but you still get to pretty much try all the obstacles.
Oh, okay.
and everything. But
So that's what they ended up doing then?
Yes,
Festival,
yeah,
yeah?
so they did the charity race, and they did pretty good. They did pretty good.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
They did pretty good. They did pretty good.
And I think Debbie was saying too, because we were talking after the race, and she was saying that she was feeling really inspired, and she might actually do the race in December.
Yeah, she is. She is.
Yeah.
I mean, for sure, like, if you could go in OCR World Championships, charity race, no, and compete in that code.
Right, just being there,
Yeah.
you know, makes them feel, okay, well, I'm so close to it now, I could as well, you know,
Yeah.
do it back home, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a natural progression onto bar in December for y'all guys now, though.
Because
Yeah.
bars similarly as hard.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
So how y'all guys getting ready for bar December 3rd and 4th, 2022? How's the preparation coming?
Mine's a bit slow. I hurt my ankle on an
in Vermont?
obstacle. Yeah, I hurt my ankle. I was on an obstacle and it was pretty high up, and I bit Adande, but
Yeah, I
let's
was
not
waiting
get
for
into
it.
that.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it. I was
She
waiting
bit
for
you?
it.
It was
Yeah,
an accident.
She bit me. She
It
bit
was
me.
an
Let's get
accident.
into that.
I told her, grab my hand. Grab my hand.
That was on the
She
team
came in
event.
hard.
I was screaming. So my mouth was open and I had my eyes closed. So I didn't see that his hand was there, and anyway,
Yeah.
he was
Instead
fine.
of grabbing me with her hands, she grabbed me with her teeth.
He
Right,
was,
right,
And she
right.
bit me
he
on my
was
hand.
fine. He
Yeah.
was fine.
Sure,
So,
sir.
I mean, he bled a little bit, but
Yeah.
it was
Yes, it
I
was,
took a
yeah,
chunk
it
out.
was a significant bite.
Oh,
It was a
But you want to talk your ankle.
but I really did. I really did hurt my ankle, like, because I landed. It was picture. It's a wall. It's like a slant wall.
Yeah.
So you jump and hold on, but you have to land. My eyes were closed, so anyway, I misjudged landing.
Yeah.
And I think I just like did something funny with my ankle. Anyway, I
Yeah.
got back here and found out it was a grade 2 sprain.
Right.
So I'm out for a little bit. And I tried running on it on Wednesday, and that was not a good idea. So I'm gonna keep my butt quiet
Yeah.
until it's completely healed.
How about
definitely.
you,
It's,
Adande?
have no injuries per se. Have no injuries,
Other than
but
the missing the PC finger.
other than the finger, my breathing was affected.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get that together because I didn't know how much it really affected me till I tried to do a run when I was back here and realized that, you know, it
How
was.
did it affect you? How you find what was wrong with your breathing when you came out here?
I was never an asthmatic,
Right.
and I felt as though I knew what it feels like to be an asthmatic.
You had baby lungs.
Yeah, it felt tight, felt constricted.
Yeah.
Felt the more I breathed, the harder it got. You know, that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
me too. That was my issue too. I got bronchitis, and from like all the coughing and all that, and
Yeah.
I definitely felt it when I came back and started running too.
Yeah,
Like
but
all
it's
the
getting
mucus.
better.
It's
though.
getting better, yeah.
It's definitely getting better. It's definitely getting better.
We're definitely not accustomed to, and you could feel it like that kind of aggressive. Like you're tired, right? So you're breathing in and out really hard.
Panting almost.
Yeah, and then the weather is, we're accustomed to warm, wet air or humid, and over there it's dry and it's very, very cold. So, you know, that's where you get that uncomfortable feeling in your lungs. And
Yeah.
It
Talk
was-
about uncomfortable feelings. They had a lot of obstacles that require you to be up high.
yeah.
You know like heights?
So no, heights is no problem. But I mean, that's the thing I realized I'm seeing a lot of obstacle course racing too. The heights
Yeah.
thing. So
Yeah.
definitely, that was the one where it was bitten.
Right, right, right.
Dan
I'm
had
gonna
to
work
take.
on it.
Dan had to
Heights,
take
Dan?
the plunge. He had to.
That's one of the first my mom passed on to me.
Right.
Being up high
That's
is
where your eyes were
just.
closed?
Yeah, because I stood there for a little bit, and as we're approaching the obstacle, I'm saying to them, okay, so let me give you a little backstory. I go first. I was the first leg. Then there's Innes. And as I'm with Innes goes, I hand off to Innes. Innes goes off, and I'm telling Adande, number one, I didn't expect to do so well on the first leg. Fantastic.
Right,
but I
nice.
don't know how I'm going to do. The first obstacle that we all come together and do is that one.
Right.
And I knew that was it. And I was like, I don't know if I can do this. And he was like, you can be good, man. We can be there. I can hold you. I can make sure. And I was like, I don't know. So anyways, Innes passes off to Adande.
Yeah.
Adande comes back. We all didn't think that we were
Yeah,
gonna.
we all went in thinking, you know what, this is the third day. We all crushed. You know, we don't know how we're gonna do.
Right.
Yeah.
But we all made it through our legs.
Yeah.
How the team race went is that you had to run your leg alone
Yeah.
Right.
and do a specific amount of obstacles on a portion of the mountain by yourself.
Right.
Then hand off to the second person and they do that. Hand off to the third person and they do that. And they had it separated into categories. So Danny's category was called speed, which was strange because you can't run fast in that
Can't run.
category because
Right.
it's
It was so
all
much uphill.
It's so much
Right,
uphill.
right, right.
Ines' category was agility, was it?
Technical.
Technical. So it was a lot of technical obstacles. They had to do a lot of maneuvering and that kind of thing.
Did they
and it
give
was
you
hard.
something beforehand to tell you?
Yeah,
what to
we
prepare
knew
for?
what.
Yes,
yeah.
and in each of our groupings, there was one particular obstacle for each of us that we knew was a hard one,
Right.
that we did not want to see. And each of us aced it.
Right. So
Each
yours
of
was
us is
speed, Ines was technical, and you were
Strength.
Strength, yeah.
strength. Okay. And what was the one that you were afraid of? And
So
yours?
right, so we all come together and we approach. As we're approaching it, I was like, guys, I don't know, and they're like, Adande's like, I got a plan. I go in first. Then you're gonna come. I gonna hold my hand and blow. And I'm like, okay. So I get up there and I'm like, instantly, like my knees are knocking.
Right.
I'm so scared. And then Ines has his hand on my back, and I'm like, Ines, you can't put your hand on my back. And he's like, oh, sorry. So I'm up there, and everybody now is, how it is here. Everybody's encouraging. Everyone's like, just do this, just do that, just do the next.
Loud
And you're like,
voices.
Adande's like, I just focusing on Adande. Adande's like, as soon as you jump, I can have my hand there so you can't fall back. I was like, okay. So the lady says, just scream and jump. I scream and jump. The first one, I was fine.
Yeah.
Right? The second one's even further away now. So I'm like, Adande, I don't know. I don't know if I could do this one. He's like, you're already here. Like, you got to do it. So Adande jumped now, and it's my turn again. The woman's like, you can do it. It just looks far. It just looks far. It's not that far. So I'm like, okay, I scream.
Was it that far?
It was
far.
It was far.
And high.
cool.
It was far.
And high. So I let out this scream. It was probably a curse word, but I can't remember. And I jump with my eyes closed, and I jump like this. The volunteers are in front watching. And then, like, I don't know. I felt I felt something that was uncomfortable, right? But I just figured I landed very hard.
Yeah.
They all run over to me. Is she bleeding? Is she bleeding? And then everybody's like, and so I'm like, no, why do they think I'm bleeding? And Adande's like, no, she's good. I was like, I think I'm fine. No, your head hit really hard. Your face hit into the bar. He's like, no, my hand was there. So I was like, okay, when we finish the race, a big chunk has gone out of his finger. I'm like, that was the only way we were getting through.
Okay. And where Ines is and all this, Ines is coming in after you.
It had to be that.
That obstacle we're talking about is the leg we did together.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the leg we had to do
The team.
leg together as one.
Hey guys, this is the team event and we had such an amazing time with this one. It was a team relay and I had the first leg. All of my obstacles happened to be 1,000 meters uphill, so nobody followed me to take any footage, but I passed off to Ines, and you can see him here doing an obstacle called the pendulum. He passed off to Adande and he's doing an obstacle here called drop zone. After that, we all came together. This is us performing an obstacle called Urban Sky. And each member of your team has to be able to complete the obstacle before you can move on. Before that, each leg was about approximately 2.5K. And the rest of the course is about 2.5K as well. This was the last obstacle before we climbed the cargo net and crossed the finish line. We were really happy with this one, guys. What a finish to the weekend. 2023, see you then.
Which obstacle in your individual run were you afraid of that you aced?
That one was an obstacle that required you to do a lot of pulling up. I guess that's why they call it strength.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of individual monkey bars that were floating. Monkey bars.
Yeah,
they ascended. Each one just ascended, staggered, and they ascended like that. And they
And this
keep
is
going
on the
across.
third day, so your grip
Yeah.
You went to a 3K.
And this
a
is at the
15K.
end. This is at the end of his
At
leg.
the end of my leg. At the
Right.
end of my leg. So, but
And when you try not to lose any ground that the others have made up already.
right. But I aced it.
Nice.
I aced it. And a lot of it was grip.
Yeah.
The first day I struggled with that particular obstacle, and it happened to be my gloves. I was wearing gloves, and the gloves just was not working out for that material.
Right.
Because some of them were bare metal, some of them were aluminum, some were coated.
Right.
So that it was not working with that. So I had to chuck those gloves, and I went at it and I aced it.
Okay, so you did it behind?
Yeah, behind. That entire team race I did no gloves.
Was the day of the team race as cold as the other days?
No,
Oh,
that was the
okay, so
warmest day. That was the
Yeah.
warmest day. Yeah. That was the
But
warmest
then
day.
y'all pretty much like polar bears now, though. Y'all
I mean, I won't tell you that, but
Yeah.
I call it her nose. So.
Yeah, the 15K felt cold like the 3K on the first day, but that was because you had to climb so high up.
Yeah.
It was like 1,200 meters of continuous climbing. Up there definitely felt cold, and there was an area where you were between like 400 meters of trees, and you would think the trees would give you cover, but no, it was even colder between the trees.
All right, so last question I want to ask y'all guys before I get y'all out of here. How was the preparation and experience of Vermont in the OCR World Championships helped you physically and mentally as we look forward to Bar in December 3rd and 4th? Feeling stronger mentally and physically? Feeling that you can conquer everything? How you feeling?
Mentally, definitely stronger. Mentally, definitely stronger.
In what way? Yeah.
In terms
you were
of
already strong mentally to me.
in terms of having a better thought process pre-obstacle, because I remember Bar early this year, one of my challenges was at the Traverse Bar, and that was because I just went at it too hard without much thought, and that's why I ended up having to do the burpees
Right.
at that particular obstacle.
Right.
So actually doing Vermont taught me that, it's okay to think before you actually attempt. Before I just went from one obstacle, jumped straight in, one obstacle, back into another. But you must have a thought process before it. What did I do before that I'm going to do this one?
Yeah.
Right? And that made me think about my grip, my forearm strength, and that kind of thing. So you need to have a thought process before. So mentally, I think I'm a little bit more covered that way in terms of my thought process before obstacles to know how I'm going to approach it. So that would equate to
physically?
how better, or how well I approach, how well I do them.
Yeah. How about physically, in terms of-
Physically, I think I am physically ready to compete again. Like I said, I'm just working on my respiratory system as it is, so just trying to get that back up to 100%. But other than that, I feel strong enough that I'm good.
Girl, I guess the time to beat Adande is no, he can't breathe. How you do, Adande, mentally and physically? How has Vermont and the experience and the training for Vermont prepared you for December 3rd and 4th?
So I would say just off of what he just said, off of just what Adande just said, I find it was the complete opposite for me. So I find that I overthink obstacles. I find that I take really long to go on an obstacle because I'm thinking about it. But there, I guess because I know I had another chance per se. I literally just jumped on it and okay, mess up. Okay, there were points when Adande was like, Dan, just give it a minute before you get back on, because I was like, oh, fell off, go again, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So I think that for me that was the opposite. But I definitely feel stronger mentally. I feel I went into Vermont feeling very prepared. I worked a lot on my running, and I feel very confident in it now. Like before, I was always scared to run at the front. I didn't feel as confident especially with more experienced runners in a race or in training, but now I know that I belong up there. I can be up there with everybody. Yeah. So I think that helped a lot with the mental as well, and the physical. Now it's just going to be about healing. But as soon as my body's back in shape, I'm going to go hard in preparation for December and keep that same kind of drive going forward, I'm just gonna keep that whole running thing going because I know obstacles aren't
It was something
really.
that somebody would say that no matter what George bring, you can't phase me. No.
No,
I
because
ain't
I
saying
ain't
that.
saying that.
I ain't saying that.
I don't say that at all.
No.
Last
Because
thing,
George has some tricks up his sleeve. So.
last thing, because you both mentioned burpees and stepless now, and the fact that you could go again is to completion at OCR World Championship. You prefer that rule or the burpees?
I think
I'll go.
it comes down to it should vary. It should vary in the sense that what are you catering for,
Yeah.
right? The way how we do it, where we have burpees, I think that is fine because ours it seems like it's a regional qualifier championship for Barbados and for the region.
Yeah.
Yeah. To have a must complete, then that makes sure you must be 100% competent. You must be,
Right.
you know, you must.
So it's still just a qualifier in your mind.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So I think having at OCR where it is a must complete, I think that fits that setting.
Yeah.
That fits that setting.
Yeah.
All right, I know you got to answer it in a different way, though, Dan. Is like, which you prefer when you are doing it? Then you prefer the saying, "Oh, do if I fail this, I gotta do 15 burpees," but then it still get to go, or you prefer, you know what, I can fail it and hop back on and pass it and go.
I think that even though I like both, to be honest. I'll tell you why. Because there were times when the whole giving up of the chip thing is a mental. There were
Yes,
so
that's a
many
thing too.
times that I was like, I could really save my hands, you know, and just give up this chip.
Just
Yeah.
But
so basically, you do a DNF,
yeah, basically.
right?
But I just wanted so hard to hold on to it for as long as possible. So if I was given the option of doing 15 burpees and moving on, I mean,
You would have probably done the 15 burpees.
yeah, probably.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of, it's one of those things that you.
Yeah, but I think that actually fit where you must compete in Vermont.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because you've come from all the challenges regionally.
Yeah.
So you
Supposed to
should
be
be
an
strong
elite.
enough
Yes,
now.
it
You're
makes
supposed
sense
to be
in
elite.
that
You're supposed to be strong
setting.
enough now to go now to show what you have and compete against the others in a world setting, right?
Yeah.
There's a guy from France that I think he's probably in Vermont still trying and all.
Good there.
So he was there.
He would not give up.
He would not give up. Because if you give up, you have to give up your rights to finish, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't want to do that.
And he doesn't want to do that. I found him there, and when I got there, I was told he was there 15 to 30 minutes before me. I descended a hill like 1,200 meters. It was in 15K.
Yeah.
So 30 minutes at the bottom, I came back up to the top, and I look across, and I
He's
can
still
see the
there.
guy. He's still there. He would not
There were
give
a
up.
lot of people like that, actually.
Not give up.
That would just not give up their chip.
Spend an hour at an obstacle because he doesn't want to pass it, because he doesn't want to give himself up.
Mm-hmm.
He just want. I mean, I don't know. That's a different level of mental strength.
Yeah. And I also wasn't the only one that had their hands all cut up. This was like every other person you saw.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people had. That's really, everybody was freaking out. And I was
Everybody
like,
freaked out over your Instagram post, yeah.
yeah, but I was like, I mean, my hands are soft, yes. But I mean, it was a lot to do with, they were really wet. And obviously I was trying obstacles over and over and over. So it was a lot on my hands. But it was something that we saw a lot over the weekend. So it didn't really,
Yeah, Dan's hands were ripped to shreds.
they were ripped to shreds. But
Ines' hands were bleeding at the end as well.
Yeah.
Dripping blood at
Yeah.
the end. Yeah.
And y'all still get up and go again the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all really saw that song. But it probably sounds great to you guys as well, because we are all OCR junkies right here on the bar. I know we're talking about Barbados Adventure Race. It's happening December 3rd and 4th. Get involved. Go register at barbadosadventurerace.org. This has been another episode of the Barcast podcast. Today we were talking to Danny G and Adande, recently back from the OCR World Championships 2022 held in Vermont. They told us all about their experience and what they're looking forward to later on in the year. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, bar_race, and never, ever, ever stop talking about bar.
you just said to us.
That you saw.
I see the bar race in Instagram. I am from Puerto Rico. My name is Alberto.
Have fun. Make new friends. Represent your country. Barbados Adventure Race hosts the World Obstacle Caribbean Championships over 3K, singles, 22 obstacles, 10K team challenge, 30 obstacles. It all happens December 3rd, 2022. Take part in a challenging, fun obstacle course set in the spectacular beauty of Barbados. Never done an obstacle race before? Well, try our open wave event. Click the link below for more information and registration. We can't wait to see you in Barbados.